What's going on, YouTube? Man, I got to say it, and I'm not the first to say it. First of all, not a financial advisor. Do your own research, form your own opinion. But Dave Ramsey does not understand inflation, does not understand gold or silver for that matter. He's telling people that the cause of the inflation this time around is that thing a few years ago that shut everything down, supply chains were disrupted, and I agree that's absolutely going to contribute to it because supply and demand, right? When something is in demand and there's short supply, there's less of it, so it becomes more expensive. What he never wants to talk about is what about all the money printing? What about all the handouts, the gifts, the loans, the unemployment? How did we do that? Obviously, we had to turn on the printing presses, mostly electronically. You go in, you put numbers in an account somewhere, and you hand them out. Well, what does that do? That makes more money in the system, and it becomes worth less. So his commodity or his supply chain belief system is absolutely true. Before we continue, if you could take a moment to like and subscribe, like the video. There's a little thumbs up down there. It helps me out quite a bit. And that little subscribe button, if you could take a minute to hit that, I would really appreciate that. So he clearly doesn't understand inflation. He's got part of it down, but he's missing a very, very key component. And that tells me he does not understand monetary system completely, and he does not understand the inflationary system completely. Now, people have called up and asked numerous times about gold and silver and what they should do. And he always says, sell it, don't buy it, sell it if you have it. If you are thinking about buying it, don't do it, put your money in a mutual fund. That's his advice. Okay, where he shines, in my opinion, is possibly, and again, not a financial advisor, possibly a conservative investment fund where you don't have a lot of tolerance for loss. Although in this day and age, retirement accounts are down, mutual fund returns are down, it's down across the board. So do with that what you will. I even though it's a conservative portfolio with less risk tolerance, it doesn't seem to be doing well. Why do I know? Because I don't just have metal. I'm very diversified. So that's his advice with that, and I take a lot of issue with that. Now, when people call him and they ask him about the dollar, and they're becoming fearful and they want to put some of their dollars into gold and silver, he always speaks against it. And he says the most ridiculous things. And this makes me wonder, he's a smart guy. How did he make his money, right? Selling a program to get out of debt, which is he shines at. He's very gifted with that. Selling real estate and doing seminars and things like that. That's where he made his money. His YouTube channel is very successful. He's got his radio show. That's where he's making his money. So he didn't get rich in the mutual funds. Okay, that's not where he made his money. So people call up with concerns, and they're in different situations than him, right? They're like us. They're the common people that may not have a bunch of real estate or any, that may not have these huge portfolios where they're going to be okay no matter what. Dave's going to be okay. So what works for Dave isn't going to work for the common person, because the common person doesn't have what Dave has. And because Dave is so egotistical, Dave doesn't take himself out of the equation. It's all about what would Dave do? Where's Dave? Where's Dave's head? Well, guess what, Dave? The common person needs to protect their dollar because we can't afford to lose the big Dave Ramsey bucks. So you need to take that into account. You're giving horrible advice to people, and you have a huge following, and you need to be more responsible. And you need to have the sack to say, hey, I was wrong. Because if you look at all the numbers and all the times, he told people at the bottom of the market during the thing a couple years back, you know what I'm saying, when metals were at the bottom of the market, to sell, or shortly before that. And guess what happened? If they listened to him, they lost thousands and thousands by selling when they sold. And he needs to take accountability for that. I don't like that. I think people have more respect for you if you say, hey, I was wrong. And if you go look at all of his gold and silver bashing videos, you will find not only myself on probably all of them, most people hammer him on this, and he just won't admit it. So what I want to know is, number one, is it because he's doesn't have other people's best interest in mind like he's supposed to? Or is it because he just doesn't get it? I really would love to know that. Anyway, people that want to protect their dollar are calling him up and saying, listen, what's going on with the Brics nations, the world reserve currency? And he says stupid things like this. Okay, I crunched the numbers. I looked up the data. 196 countries in the world. According to the data, the United States of America has the biggest economy. Interesting, we don't produce much, but okay, I'll go with that. Second, China. Third, India. Fourth, France. Or fifth, India, excuse me. Seventh largest economy is France. 11th largest economy is Russia. 12th is Brazil. 15th is Mexico. 18th largest economy in the world is Saudi Arabia. And South Africa is the 31st. Now, there are some countries I'm not listing here. But let's look at this for a minute. So, what do all these countries, except for USA, that I just listed, have in common? Well, they all want to join Brics, including Mexico and including France. So, Brics. I'm going to call it Brics plus, 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 plus at this point because it keeps growing. You got Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Brics. Plus, 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 plus. So, even if the USA is the largest economy, and he says things like, well, Russia has a small economy, Texas has a bigger economy. The numbers kind of say that's true, but here's the thing, Dave. Okay, if we are the biggest economy, and the second largest economy wants to join, the fifth largest economy wants to join, the 7th, the 11th, the 12th, the 15th, the 18th, the 31st, among others, out of 196, because they don't like our dollar as much, that's a huge problem. I believe they say over 70% of the currency ever printed in the United States is overseas. So if they don't want to trade in our dollar, and those dollars come home, think of the inflationary situation then. Which I will add, China, so Saudi Arabia sells oil in dollars, okay, as per the agreement, and we provide the military protection. Well, they've been kind of worried about Iran, so what does China do? They said, hey, you guys need to make up, you guys need to be at peace, you guys need to get along. Oh, and by the way, come on over and join Brics. That way they won't need our dollars. They won't need our military protection, and they won't be forced to sell oil in our dollars. And Saudi Arabia has been very, very, very obvious about the fact that they don't want to be on our dollar or our dollar solely. They want options. The writing's on the wall, Dave. What are these countries going to back their currency with? Gold. Where does silver go? Usually where gold goes. The world wants real, tangible money. The central banks are stockpiling gold, Dave. So you're sitting here telling all these people that gold's a rock. It's a useless rock. And that the people that tell people to buy gold are usually the ones that don't have any money. This is money, David. So just some things I want to bring up. It seems like every time I turn around, more countries are talking about joining Brics. And, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not even going to happen at the end of August, I don't think, when the Brics Summit meets to decide what they want to do moving forward. Pay attention to late August. That's very important. We'll see what comes to play after that. But I think that's bad advice. And I think if you listen to Dave Ramsey to get out of debt, I think that's a very good decision. I think if you listen to Dave Ramsey about not allocating some precious metal in your portfolio, I think you are in trouble. I think that's a horrible decision. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. I'm just giving you my opinion, telling you what I'm doing. If you want some entertainment, I'm not going to plug his videos here because I don't support the guy. But if you want some entertainment, go check out his anti-gold, anti-silver videos. Tell me what y'all think. Like the video, subscribe. Appreciate y'all's support. Have a great week. Monday, I'm going to have, today is the 18th, June 18th. Monday, what's the date? Today is Saturday? No, Sunday. So tomorrow I will have Supreme Ginger Stacker on at 5:15. We're going to do a live stream. And Wednesday at 3 o'clock Pacific, I will have Uncle Sal, Salivate Metal himself on. So please make sure you catch that. I'm out of here, guys. Have a great week. Not a financial advisor, but keep stacking.